Alright, hey guys, it's Mike. I'm gonna go over a correspondence game that I played with a good friend of mine, Jacob Peniagua. Um, it's we've been playing a lot of correspondence chess, and this is one of the more earlier games. I played white, he played black, and I don't really remember what my main thought process is going through the game, but I'll go through the game because I have the notation here, and I'll kind of provide what I was thinking, like my thought process when I was playing this game. And I hope that'll provide maybe some kind of insight into how I see chess, I suppose. So let's kind of go. So first move I played knight f3, and he played knight c6. For me, when I usually play knight f3, I'm pretty much going for either transition to either Ruy Lopez or Italian game, or I probably go into King's Indian attack. But any amount of moves, because it's for knight f3, it really kind of it doesn't really define really well what kind of opening that I really want to go into. So it really gives, in my feeling, black like an open slate. Like they don't know what opening I'm going to go into, and for me as well, it could be very versatile. So that's why I like knight f3. Aside from just controlling central squares, and it's a typical opening. So that was my thought process. Um, he played knight c6. He wants to also control those two squares, but it's a good move. I don't know what you would go in from there. It's not typical standard, but in my opinion. But let's go on. Next, I play g3. For here, I want to go into King's Indian attack because I see he's kind of coming in from the flank too, and I want to do the flank as well. He plays b6, kind of an opposite mirror move. I'm assuming he also wants to do a queenside fianchetto. I play bishop g2, going into the fianchetto position. He plays knight b7, no, bishop b7, does the same thing. So we're kind of contesting the middle on the flanks right now. I guess we're kind of, in my kind of interpretation, we're just kind of feeling each other out. Next move I make, where nobody's attacking each other, so I'm gonna go castle. And he plays e5. So now the center is being contested. Pawn controls these two squares. So some action is going on, but I don't want his pawn to come down here. So he would be attacking my knight, and I would be forced to move it. So I respond, and next move is in d3. So I move my pawn out, protecting that pawn from coming down, and I'll just take. And then I would have an open file down with my queen, which is pretty good. Right now I have a bishop diagonal, which is not bad. I have control of black squares through close to the center. So it's a good move either way, in my opinion. He plays h6, which is it's a good move because it prevents my bishop, as I was mentioning earlier, to control this diagonal. So knight would be protecting the bishop, and I'd be attacking the queen, and so he doesn't have to waste a move and prevent his knight from coming out to f6. So this pawn h6 prevents me from putting bishop there, and it prevents me from putting bishop here, and that really does nothing, in my opinion. It doesn't attack very favorable squares. So h6 is a good move to prevent my bishop from coming out. I'm assuming that's what he was thinking. But for me, that's not my initial plan, considering, like, as I saw it, because these two squares are not contested. My bishop doesn't have a great control, so instead I'd rather continue on the King's Indian attack and move my b knight to d2, controlling these two squares and furthering controlling my power in the center. And he plays b5. b5, I'm assuming that move, since it's not being protected by anything in the moment and I can't really attack it, The only thing that I foresee that move is going to do is it's going to protect the c4 square, preventing my knight jump to here, and try to further contest the pawn on e5. That's the only thing I can foresee that's happening, but I wouldn't move my knight there yet for purposes because I'm trying to focus more on the center at the moment. But I can see why he would like to defend that square. Next move, c3. I play c3. So same kind of response. I don't want his knight coming down here. And I don't want his knight coming here to obtain a central position where I would have to trade off pieces to gain the center. So I'd rather lose a pawn than I would trade material piece at the moment if I could. So I'm contesting this entire line right here with my 2 pawns. My knights are also protecting it too, so it's sufficient protection. He plays a6 to give more structural strength to his b5 pawn. I play rook e1. e1 controls this entire file. I'm going to push down my e pawn eventually, so I'll gain this file control, aiming directly down at his king if he doesn't castle. He plays bishop c5. It's not, I wouldn't say, in my opinion, that's not a great move. I mean, his bishop's currently being blocked, and he's attacking my f2 pawn. Like, I don't see too much good development. I would have preferred maybe if he developed here or here. But I guess it's an okay move. It doesn't accomplish too much in my opinion, because I can easily beef it up and defend. So I do play d4. So I am now attacking and contesting it because I do have sufficient strength to trade off those pieces. So he takes, e takes d4. I play c takes d4. And he moves his bishop back to bishop b6. So I guess that move in the end did kind of benefit the bishop a little bit, so it can move back into a flight square, but still can't maintain power on the central diagonals. Next move, I play bishop b4. Wait, I looked at it wrong. Bishop f4. Is that right?